That was super easy.
Oh, Josh left. He said goodbye. Oh, hello.
Hey! He said there's way too much American here, and I'm going to run away.
Yeah, Ken,
That's
you
what
got to
we
come
all
back to
say.
Canada.
Can you fucking blame him?
Yeah, no, fuck.
That's the whole,
Hiding.
We kind of fucking stuck.
I'm back this week.
There's like
Unless-
people here getting all like weirdly patriotic. I've been hearing it from like friends and family and stuff, and like other people are like, "You're not Canadian enough. You were just in America," and like going crazy. I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" Like Jesus. So yeah, patriot, like cool, whatever. I love these guys. They're in America, but we don't have to tell anyone that. Okay?
If you're not riding through Ontario on a moose covered in maple syrup, you aren't Canadian enough. Let me tell
That's
you
how
right
people
here.
are right now. It's kind
Singing,
of crazy.
Oh, Canada, and using your dick as the Canadian flag, and like that's what you're like.
No,
doing.
you just get that fucking tattooed, or else you're not
On your
patriotic
forehead?
enough. Okay? No, your dick is the flag.
Yeah.
But I'm a grower, not a shower, Josh. I'm just we are murderers, part of the Slashing Cast Podcast Network.
Oh,
It's in my ass.
It's in Ken's ass. And I was like,
the Canada
I was like,
flag is in Kin's ass. Oh
That's
no!
right. Oh my God. No, it was really funny. Right before I left town to come to the States, the people across the street put up a Canadian flag, like really big on their porch. And I was like, is it me? Like,
They know an American lives there. Not
they took
okay.
me down, but
There's a
I
few
mean,
Trump
because-
flags in my area a while
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
I don't know if there still is. Yeah,
yeah, there's,
I'm in
there's
Canada.
Trump flags up there in Canada. There's some Confederate flags floating around.
Oh, yeah,
like, all
yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
It's wild.
people are
So
really.
Dumbasses are just everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Dumbasses are a universal thing you have to deal with. They aren't just like local. There are lots of dumbasses here. I mean, more than most places. But
Well, there's more people there, so you got to just that's just what happened. The more people there are, the more dumb people there are. Canada doesn't have a lot of people in it, but there's still a lot of dumb people here too.
I mean, we have we have a seventh of the Canadian population on this podcast. So,
Yes,
and then the rest
exactly.
are hockey players. So,
Like, isn't there more people in California than all of Canada? Like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I wanna
that's
say,
crazy.
Was it Canada has like 44 million people?
I have no clue.
I think that's what
I'm
I
not
heard.
Canadian enough.
I think, and most of them are in Toronto and Ontario.
40 million, 40.1 million in 2023. So in 2023, a lot of Ukrainians came here. So now it's probably more than that.
Yeah. That started we just hit 3 years. That was 2022. So, yeah, those numbers might be touching that, but who knows? We're back to the shit show. And I was like, how long will we go? Brian, do you need to be called on?
No, that was me. Fuck yeah, the shit show. Fucking begun.
I wasn't sure if you were like,
I don't know what this
I wasn't
is.
raising my hand like I was sitting in fucking English class.
Yeah. That's called the celebration, kids.
Don't do it like this. Like, I don't know what this is.
That's a double elbow drop.
Everything Josh does, he just makes it work. Yeah.
Because Josh has got that riz, as the kids say. That riz.
I'm a
I don't know
drummer.
what
It's
that
just
means, but
anything
I've
with
heard it.
timing. It's
Do you
rhythm.
know? Do you know what Riz is short for?
Charisma. Yeah, riz.
Oh, Jizma.
Jizz.
Didn't it say jizma?
It's short for jizz.
Sorry.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Guess what I started watching last night?
What?
Yellow Jackets.
Fuck yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah, I'm on episode 5. 5, or I just finished 5. They've done a great job of making you hate the one character.
Oh, yeah,
so
for
far.
sure.
Oh my fucking god. But yeah,
I didn't
really
get through
liked
the
it.
second season.
Really, I'm worried that because they're now in that cabin, that it's all like gonna get a little too campy. But
No, like the first season, I loved through and through, all the way through. Second season, I don't know. I couldn't. I think it took a little longer for the second season to start up, and it lost steam for me, and I couldn't give it enough time. But I still want to dive in. I've heard the second season's still good, so
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that show. That's I've been meaning to start it. But Christina Ricci fan for sure.
yeah, I love her.
the cast, like both ages, are phenomenal. Like they knocked it out of the park for like when they're young, when they're old. It's well done all the way.
Fantastic.
And
Yeah, and
Ricci,
the-
I've always had a fucking huge crush on Ricci.
So
I'll reach her.
I've always assumed I was relatively straight, but yeah, same.
I always had a huge crush on Michelle Trachtenberg too.
Wrong, Ken.
Everyone loves women, depending on like the regard. Oh, actually, most people like.
No, not
Shitty
everyone
men don't.
loves
I
women.
meant
yeah.
to love to look at women. I should say.
They're delicate flowers.
That is true. I will say this. Guys,
Sorry.
guys look weird naked. Women look great naked.
Everyone loves boobs. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, we all just like agreed on Sydney Sweeney just being like nice.
Yeah, I think every single one of us said that we would.
But I don't know a single person that isn't like, oh, Sweeney? Where? What? Where?
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Didn't I say that one time?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
That's very
should do
something
Sweeney
I
Todd.
would do.
We should do that on the podcast someday. Sweeney Todd. Either that or Repo.
yeah.
Repo.
Have we
Shit.
have we never done Repo the Genetic Opera on here? What
That'd be
the
fun.
fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, let's start doing good movies. After this week, let's just start doing good movies.
Listen, your first experience with this was my first experience, okay? It came recommended in the sense of not to watch it because it was so bad. And I was like,
All I
oh.
gotta
And then I watched
say
the trailer and I
about
was
this
like,
one,
abso-fucking-lutely.
if the sister wasn't like Sydney Sweeney level hot, I would have probably turned this off. But the sister is so fucking hot in this. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just keep watching this because man, is she fucking
I
good
kept
looking.
getting uncomfortable by the mother sexually assaulting her daughter, but that was just maybe a side point in this whole thing. Look at that in a second. Oh God, now you got me started because that fucking kid. I hate him. I told her before this podcast started.
Hey,
I've
Rod,
never wanted a
so
child.
wait.
Hi.
You're Rod the
Okay.
Cod? You don't have to speak? Okay. Let's go. Come on, Rod. Wait, Jesus doesn't need to speak either? Okay, let's go.
Oh, nobody speaks, Josh.
Wait, police
Nobody
officers don't speak either?
And
Okay.
they have a really weird.
Testicle mask. There's a fucking
Yeah.
nose is the testicle mask on their face. Jesus
Wait.
Christ.
Jesus is here. We're okay. I love that Jesus mask, by the way. I want that. That was fucking good.
Also, what? Oh, God damn it, you guys got me ranting about this fucking movie already. How does everybody just know it's Satan? It doesn't look anything like Satan. It maybe looks like Krampus, but everybody sees this fucking, they're like, hey, it's Jesus. No, I mean, they're fucking Satan. No, it's not. It doesn't look
No, it's
anything
Rod
like
the Cod.
Satan.
It's just Rod
God
the
damn
Cod.
it.
That's what he wears on Tuesdays.
I mean, this is all Ken's fault. I mean,
But man, that actress, I was just like, you know what? I can't hate this movie because she is just, she's
I need
bringing
to-
it up a notch every time she's on screen.
I need to point out the fact that whether or not you enjoyed this movie, it is very conversational because we have just gotten started and have
And
already
we
dived
can't
into
wait.
the movie.
We can't wait.
So
We can't
I'm
wait.
just saying we have lots of opinions.
none of them are opinions. Besides, okay, God damn it. Okay, we're gonna talk.
None of them are opinions.
This reminded me a lot of like Goosebumps style filmmaking and stuff, but then it actually starts to get actually gory for a little bit.
Remind me of that Santa Jaws movie we did like a couple Christmases ago.
No, this was better than that. This is way better than that, dude.
It was the same quality level.
No way.
The only difference between this movie and that movie was that there were titties in this compared to that one.
Not enough, but still. That one girl was like, yeah, I'll sign on. And she had a couple scenes.
What?
He like cut around her boobs to make like a smiley face. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He like cut around and then he made her into a smiley face dead person. I was like, this movie has got class at least. Come on.
Can do you have a synopsis for this? I'm gonna use this term lightly. Film. Do you have a synopsis for this film that we watched this week?
Before we go any further, I just want you all to know that you have subjected me to absolute garbage over the years on this podcast.
Not
this
me.
Was far,
Come
this
on.
Was
it was
far
not
from
me.
some of the trash that we've watched on here.
Josh,
to be fair, I have suggested some horrid movies over the years.
I have 4 words for you, Josh. Fog City. Oh, I mean, more than 4 words. Fog City, Fog City,
Yeah.
bitch. Remember that?
Do you remember her cleavage? That's the only reason I was like, oh, I saw a poster
gambling?
and there was some cleavage. That's the only.
This movie already instantaneously became a top 5 worst movie we've ever watched on this podcast.
Oh wait,
That's
actually,
saying a lot.
there was that. Yeah, that's whatever slaughterhouse or slumber party, whatever.
Yeah,
that
this,
one
the
was really
Summer
bad.
Party Massacre, or the that was another
Bachelor
Josh
Party Massacre. Yeah, but the poster
And
was
there-
so well done. They spent all the money on getting a good poster, and just made a really shitty.
Yeah,
It's that one where your cousin just got a camcorder and one light.
Yeah.
And just lights every scene with no diffusion, and there's like harsh shadows, and there's no color white balance, and it's just this one at least had some, but it was very close to that. Like they didn't put it on a tripod once, and it was like handheld the entire time, camcorder style, and that's what really brings it down to
I
like
have to
super
say-
indie.
the perfect example of how low budget this movie was when they were trying to have the scene with her at the party where the daughter couldn't get to her, and there are like 7 people in the me, and she's like,
Let me
I can't
let
get
me
to her.
through.
I can't
There's
get
too
to
many
her.
people.
There's too many, and there's like they just kept having her go through the crowd like she wasn't like 7 feet away from her. It was like all this drama, and then like she couldn't take the fucking saran wrap off of her nose. She's like,
But
oh my god,
because she is such a good actor. That is good acting. It was great acting.
I'm thoroughly convinced that the father who was in the movie for 7 seconds and then had like fruit rolls pulled out of his shirt was like the director. And he's like, okay, I only need to be in like 1 scene. And I knew this is how predictable this movie was, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, the little fucker didn't say don't do anything to my dad. He just said his mom and his sister. And so then the dad shows up. I'm like, this fruit roll-ups are coming, and fruit roll-ups they come. And I was like, is he peeling the dad like a fruit roll-up? I don't know. Does anybody know? No.
No.
Also, can you give us a synopsis?
I do. Satan's Little Helper, which came out in 2004, did also win some awards, by the way. A naive young boy unknowingly becomes the pawn of a serial killer.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've never wanted a child to die as badly as I wanted this child to die in this movie. And
Naive. That's like, wow, that's an understatement.
Yeah, that child pissed me off on so many levels.
John Connor level irritating.
but Brian,
Connor.
in the history of everyone who's ever watched Terminator 2, which is like 75% of the world's population has seen Terminator 2, you're the only one that hit
more than that.
I saw that movie on VHS when I was, I think, 9. that was, and I was like, oh my god,
Get on cookies.
but you know,
And I was like, oh my God, I want to kill this fucking kid.
yeah. But when did you see it? How old were you?
He was 73 when it came out. The year it came
Yeah.
out. So
What
Where's
year did
your
that movie
key?
come out?
2004.
92.
Oh, wait, you
No.
guys were talking about a different movie. Sorry.
Terminator 2 came out in 92.
Yeah.
I saw it in the theater, so I was 15.
Yeah.
Old enough to
shit.
hate that fucking kid.
Dang, you're like his age, so you're like, I would never be that much of a bitch.
The man, it was fucking
Can you enlighten us how this movie came into your conscious? Like,
yes, please. I need to know.
I need to know how you dreamt this movie up and then made it come out in 2004.
Yeah, and yeah,
Well, I will tell you how I learned about it.
I thought it was like one that you like back to back. Like Brian's like, you gotta watch this movie. I grew up loving it, and I thought this was the same thing. So I was watching it. And I was like,
no.
well, how is this attached to Kin's like love phone? Like, how is she
Well, I
like?
mean,
You
there
gotta
is
see
Satan.
this.
There is Satan and Jesus, so it would fall into my territory. No, we were talking about bad horror movies and stuff the other day on stream, and
Okay.
someone, Fred, had mentioned, he was like, yeah, I saw this movie with my ex. It was a horrible, weird ride that I don't recommend, but at the same time, and I pulled up the trailer and I was like, we are absolutely watching
Okay.
the fuck out of this.
I'm
So
glad
okay.
you did. Like, because honestly, if we did nothing but, oh, brand new to theaters, or like, you know, oh, we have to watch this, is the best movie, then honestly, we don't talk about the movie very much. It's just like, oh, yeah, we all agree. That was fantastic. And it's just like, then it goes in circles a bit, and then we don't have anything else to really deep dive into. This one, it's like a turkey dinner's worth of fucking bad film to dive in hard and just.
What I want to know, one, is what Kin did when the serial killer, Satan man, Jesus, police officer, whatever he was, when
It was all of
he
those.
squished the cat and wrote "boo" on the wall.
I was like, and I was like already sick and like laying sideways on the couch. And I was like, and I grabbed Bean and I was like, no.
And then you slammed him
It was-
against the wall? No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
What I didn't get was like, I would have liked something better than "boo" written on the wall. Like
That's what reminded me of like
Also-
Goosebumps or like Are You Afraid of the Dark style shit. Like, because everything
Yeah.
he was doing before, and the kid's just like, oh, whoa, it's so cool.
I love that the house's number was obviously 66 something. They took the last number off, and when he goes by the front door, he spray paints the last 6 on it because you can see the hole in the wall where the fucking other number.
Apparently, the lobster shack that's like, or lobster restaurant that's
Yeah.
briefly shown is very popular during like a certain
lobster season. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I came into Kin's and I was like, Ken, I've never wanted to murder a kid. Also, okay, can we talk about something? If you're gonna label your movie a comedy, I would like more than one scene that I laugh at, or at least like intentionally funny.
You're
Because the
supposed to
only
laugh
scene-
at the whole movie. That's what makes
I
it
mean,
comedy.
I laughed at it, yes, but like I only laughed with it once when they were in the shopping cart running people over and going, "Oh, you got 20 points," because it was the most like out, like it was the thing that like you always joke about with like friends, like, "Oh, if you hit this person, how many points it is?" And they turned that into an actual
Yeah.
fucking scene in this movie, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, why? Also, what the fuck was that phone game system the kid was playing on? It was like,
I swear to God, it was so it was a Palm Pilot turned sideways.
That's what it looked like to me.
I was like, it looks like a Palm Pilot just turned sideways.
yeah. But like how much they focus on this like game that this kid becomes obsessed with, and then like all this havoc happens because of, like, they don't show the game really, or they show it like for these like animated sequences that you're just like, but why? And yeah, it's never really explained, and it's just the kid is, the kid, he was hittable. I've never wanted, like, I'm like, just kill him, kid. It was, you know, that terrible Jack Black movie that came out this year, or last year, that was like Santa's Little Helper or whatever the fucking that
Dear
movie was.
Santa.
Oh
where
yeah,
he-
the dyslexic kid. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I would rather watch that movie.
Oh
It
yeah,
wasn't-
that movie. This movie makes that movie look like fucking Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Dude,
I had
It was
fun
the-
with that movie, but it was more so. Oh, look, a new movie. It's like
yeah.
exactly what Netflix makes. It's just like, is there something new?
Yeah.
There is. I'll watch it, and it's over. And you know what? It wasn't okay. And then
I heard.
on with your life, and you already forget about it, type thing. Like
Okay,
that's
has
all
anyone
they.
watched that?
I just did. I watched
Jack
that
Black
new
one?
one. No,
Yeah.
that new
The one with
movie that
Chris
just came
Pratt
out.
and
Yeah,
and
it
11.
was so
I haven't watched it
throwaway. So throwaway. I fell
Too
asleep
bad.
watching it, and then I finished it last night, and I'm
you know
like,
they spent $300 million on that movie.
it's so throwaway, man. Like it looks good,
100.
but it's so
million.
throwaway. The whole
Yeah.
fucking like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's because it's the Russo
Because
brothers.
The Russo brothers don't know. They can't they don't know how to take this. The only reason they make good Marvel movies is because they could do visual stuff, and then Kevin Feige comes in and like fixes the story and does all the shit so that they don't can't fuck it up. But yeah,
Oh yeah, that movie's getting
So-
trashed too.
yeah,
It
it's like
was
17%
really
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Stupid.
God dang, you weren't even fucking close to lying. $320 million
Yeah.
for that?
But that's like
Yep.
Netflix is trying to justify some shit. I think
They were supposed to, their movie budget for films in 2025 is like $1.5 billion or something like that, or 1.5. I don't even know. It's just a lot of money, and it's just that their amount of hits they've had is like so low. It's like yeah.
They make a lot of really, really bad generic
mid. They just want mid. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all their movies are mostly just very mid, and you can watch a better version of it somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like it's all
Yeah,
If
that's-
Apple's putting something together, they want it to have a polish on it and hopefully be a little better.
Yeah.
That's all I've known. They don't put out very much, but every time they do, they can gorge my porridge.
I bet you couldn't find it. Did you see anything for this movie's budget, like of Satan's Little Helper? Because I'm guessing it's $7.32.
Just 69. 69 what? Just 69.
69, yes.
I think the budget was
69.
650,000.
No,
Is what I found.
669.
that is so much more money than I thought
650,000.
they were.
Is that pesos? 600,000 pesos?
I
Six
don't
hundred thousand pesos.
$650,000.
69.
I was
$650,000.
was trying to find any box office or anything for it.
69.
I want to know how they bought off the critics to get this movie a positive score on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's only
because-
six credits. That's why.
Yeah,
69.
but still, there was 4 people sitting here, and none of us like this movie at all, and we all
No.
love good horror. Like, there's
Hold
no
on a
way.
second. Hold on a second. I actually really liked this movie. I
Stop, Kim,
enjoyed
stop
this
lying.
movie.
Stop lying to yourself, Ken. Stop lying to the audience. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to us. Nobody liked this movie. Nobody. There's some skinamarink.
Fine, I'm going to
Skinamarink
skinamarink my
part
ass.
Oh!
I liked this movie, okay? I really enjoyed it other than the kid. There were so many problems. There were so many technical problems. There was so many plot holes, so many issues. This entire town is absolutely stupid. Every single one of them, the fact that they're on an island and there's 5 cops at most, the whole thing is stupid. 100%. But it was fun. It wasn't supposed to be taken seriously. It wasn't intended to be a serious movie by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah,
And that sister is
parts
so
of it
hot.
sucked. Yeah, the sister was hot. And honestly, the boyfriend was hot. And good luck finding anything about that man anywhere online because
Yeah, I know, right?
I've tried. There's 2 people that are in that movie with the same name, and Alex's actor I cannot find shit on. But
Yeah.
Was it made in Canada or something?
uh
I don't think so. It took place in
it
Maine.
was Directed by Jeff Lieberman, who I don't know anything about. All I know is that my friend who does podcasting was like, they did a movie called what was it? Sorry, Just Before Dawn, which has to do with, hold on, let me find the description he just told me. It's a slasher from the early 80s where a woman is gold hot pants, shoves her arm down a killer hillbilly's throat. 5 stars. I don't know. But anyway, so that's another movie by this guy.
He wrote that film.
Yeah.
This is the last movie he directed.
I wonder why.
He directed a movie called Remote Control that had Kevin Dillon in it.
Dylan.
Listen,
he also did. He directed the Just Before Dawn movie, but he also directed a movie called Blue Sunshine. Never heard of it. It came out in 1977, though, the year of the Brian. He directed Squirm in 1976. And yeah, Satan's Little Helper seems to be his magnum opus.
I would think that would be more like the
Jeff
moment
Lieberman is 77 years old.
But you know what it was? That was the last time anybody trusted him with money. And they didn't even trust him with very much this time. They were like, I'm sorry, man. You did this. You wrote the most annoying character in the history of cinema. No more again. No. They're like, I mean, he should have gone the Bowl route and just done a giant tax write-off scheme and just like kept making really horrible movies. But here we are. Yes, Ken. Listen, Rod, you're going to tell me.
I don't hate this movie. I don't like it. But there's a strange, silly charm to this movie that I can actually understand why somebody would watch this and get some enjoyment out of it. I can 100% see that. This is like the perfect kind of movie to get really, really stoned and throw on with your buddies.
Yeah.
And just laugh your ass off at the mediocrity that's being put on screen.
This would be great for your new podcast, Brian. That's what kind of movie it is.
No, it wouldn't. There's not a lot of awesomeness to this.
You wanted bad movies, Brian. Here you go.
I wanted awesomely bad movies. This is just bad. This is charming bad. All right.
I want to know
the fact that Kid picked this though. This screams Kid.
Ken completely heard the name of this movie and 100 went all in. She was like, I am completely
helper. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. She's like, this is right up my alley. And I'm like, it's every single time you get one of these little low budget horror movies that you just go, that you try to do. Like, if you do a movie like this, it should be in one location like Saw. You should never leave that location. You should put the camera. Ken is like all up on the camera. You should put the camera on a tripod. Never move it because no one's smart enough at your fucking production to do this movie and move the camera. Okay, Ken, go.
The amount of passion you have against this movie is mind-boggling. Like, I don't know. I am so sorry. Like, what I'm going to say is going. What I'm going to say is going to piss all of you off. Okay. This feels like. Let me finish it before you scream at me. Okay. This feels like a low budget, early concept.
If I Psycho Gorman.
No way. Come on. That's so far from the truth.
No,
you can't even say that.
Think about it. It does kind of have that vibe, right? Kind of, sort of. That's why I'm saying, like, in a galaxy far, far away, lower budget.
Less talent.
Okay, so not at all, but I just wanted to try, okay?
You just wanted to piss Rod off
You just wanted to make me have a heart attack live on the fucking webcam, and guess what? You almost did it. You almost did it, Ken, because I knew like halfway through that, I'm like, you're going to say Psycho Gorman. I know you're going to say Psycho Gorman.
Whoa. Remember. Okay. If you knew that, you just gave her point validity, sir.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
because I
You did.
knew how
You
Kim
did.
thinks.
You saw it too.
God damn it. God.
Wow, this movie is so good. It's like one of our favorite movies ever.
You know what it reminded me of? Is actually, this movie reminded me of that Hell Ride movie, but like that movie was good and this isn't, because this guy's running around doing stuff.
Come on,
and nobody
the sister.
even.
This is the sister.
She is gorgeous. That's Catherine Winnick, and she's my age.
She's gorgeous. Here, I'll be her now.
What I don't know with her is why her mom, she was so gorgeous that her mom sexually harassed her 7 times. Also, can we talk about how this girl is such a... How many times did she not in a row during the movie together? Her mom was smacking her ass, like putting low amounts of clothing.
A cute little relationship.
They got Amanda Plummer to play in this movie. That is Honey Bunny, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So like I was watching that and I was like, dude, how like this woman looks so familiar. And I've only seen Pulp Fiction like once. Yep. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I can picture her like all like drugged out and like fucking.
She played in So I Married an Axe Murderer as well.
She was in Hunger Games, and she played one of the like super fucked up, intelligent people.
But she played
Hunger
the
Games
mom
part
in this, so that's everything else doesn't matter because she played the mom.
She left her mark.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
I need Catherine Winnick's hair though, because holy shit, I'm going through some of her hairstyles.
So we're in agreement. We all loved this movie then.
Solid pick, Ken.
I enjoyed it. I didn't say I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had fun. Rod is out here making us watch.
I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
Legs
okay, let's go back to that because I didn't fucking make a watch a Skinamarink. That was Josh. I had nothing to do with that.
No, it was you.
And now I have most of those people on my Facebook, so I say nothing. They're like, I watch Skinamarink. And now they're friends of mine, and so it's just...
I just want to say that I have picked bad movies for this podcast, yes, but most of the time I've picked bad movies. They've become for very specific reasons, like Katie Peters was coming on, so we watched Sharks of the Corn, which will forever be the worst movie this podcast has ever watched.
Yes.
So
yes,
I want 100%. You to say that, like, I don't. When I picked,
we watched some good movies with her, but for the most part, it's been nothing but bad movies. When are we going to do Jaws with her? Like, just let's do fucking Jaws. We have to.
Yeah. The one with the sharks jumping off of the flying with like the Nazis in the airplane.
That was awesome.
Really good.
That was fucking rad. And we started off like, it was great.
We had no expectations, but that movie was way better than we thought it was going to be.
That was when we just had guests on, and then I think Kin was a guest like on the episode right after, and then.
Then she
never left.
And then she was like,
never left.
No, I left for a few weeks.
Yeah. I will say this, Ken, and I've given this movie a lot of shit because it's really easy to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It wasn't boring.
No, not at all. It was far from
fingers.
that.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god,
that was dying laughing. I was just like, oh
fuck you, man.
It wasn't funny because it wasn't, but I was still dying laughing at it. I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
This movie is like half like a student film and then half like exploitation. I don't even know how to describe it. Well, I mean, it's exploitation with a little kid and all that. I don't fucking know, man. Any movie that kills a cat like that can be maybe an exploitation. I don't fucking know, man. This movie just makes my head hurt a little bit because
you didn't like his mask. Is that what you're saying? Or
I loved his mask.
I liked his mask.
I like that one could have become another like how we've talked about with totally whatever. Killer. Yeah, Totally Killer, like that mask, or the Thanksgiving mask, or the Black Phone mask.
Thanksgiving is good mask.
I feel like this could have gone.
Yeah,
I just said that the only thing I didn't like about it was everyone sees it and they're like, "You're Satan." I'm like, what?
I would think more Krampus style for sure, 100%.
It doesn't look like Satan at all. I mean, the horns are cool and everything like that. I think that the guy in that costume, which I looked on IMDb while watching it, this is the last thing that motherfucker. This guy was so embarrassed.
This is probably the last thing a few people did.
This guy was
not
like,
the sister.
Not the sister.
I'm never acting again.
She's
Fuck
way
this
too
movie
good looking.
till the end of time.
So
okay, can we talk about how the sister is like one of those people now that I have seen on dating apps more than once, women who want to be fucked while someone dresses up like Ghostface, and this woman would have been right up that fucking yes. It's some kind of women. Look at Ken. Ken is. I bet there's a Ghostface mask in Ken's house in Canada. That's all I have to say about that. But I'm like, this woman it would be one of them because she's like, that guy comes in with the Satan mask on and she's like, "Oh my God, you're making me so fucking horny."
Grab my boobs in front of my little brother. Like that was, she's like, "Oh, dude, I'm into it."
This dude is running around grabbing tits like it ain't no thing. And everyone's just like, hee, that's so funny. He's like sexually assaulting all these women. Like he was just grabbing random tits at the fucking Halloween party. And then like.
Yeah, because he's in a mask.
Yeah.
It's acceptable, you know?
This is 2004. They dropped an F-bomb in this movie that I was just like, whoa. And then I remembered when this movie came out. And I'm like, oh, that's why. Because
right,
the little kids called him an F-bomb. And I'm just like.
It was before.
I've never rooted for bullies in a movie, but like if those kids would have kicked his ass, I would have been perfectly happy like watching that. I would have been like, yeah, the kid asked for it. He got everyone in this town murdered. And
I like that at the one point in the movie they're like, "Why us? Why our house?" And I was like, okay,
because your shitty little kid brought Satan into your house. Because this kid would have let out one line about like doing horrible things to people, and they should have locked him in a padded cell and like gotten. Because this kid is like 7 steps away from becoming not 7 steps. He's like 7 minutes away from becoming a school shooter. Like this motherfucker is like needs his own little trench coat and fucking goddamn.
I don't know about that. He's a pretty happy kid. He's
violent.
He doesn't know the difference between reality.
He's happy because
and video games.
This is happening, and look at him.
He's just like staring at him.
I'm okay with this.
Rod, I need that.
I am A-okay.
Rod, I need you to grab this frame and make this child an emote for me, please. Just this creepy little in the background.
Here, let me have it. Let me hear it. Josh, Josh, I need to make that big again.
So I got some fun little facts
Discord
about Josh's new girlfriend here.
Okay.
Because he's expressing a lot of love for Catherine Winnick.
She's Canadian.
She is Canadian. She has dual citizenship between Canada and U.S. She's my age. And she started training in martial arts at the age of 7, obtaining her first black belt at 13. By 21, she started 3 Taekwondo schools.
Hell yeah.
Taught Taekwondo and self-defense to actors, which is what kind of led her into acting. Actually.
That's amazing.
So she's a fucking badass. And
I'm into it.
It just makes her more hot.
Yeah, she was in that Viking show, I remember.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Dude, anyone else have that thing of like she's like, this is her first date with this dude is bringing him home to be
right. I forgot about that. And she's like, oh yeah, actually, yeah, I'm into it. He's a great actor. Mom, he's a great actor.
Dude. Okay. What are the things
the only one in the movie?
Yeah. The thing that made me laugh about this is this movie did something that like actually kind of drives me crazy, and it happens in bad movies way more than good movies. But when characters fall for the same thing over and over and over, how many times did they murder kill someone who wasn't the guy? Was it twice?
I think there's 2. I think there's 2.
The Jesus, which was the boyfriend, and then the Satan was the dad of the other dude.
He is just
And
he's just good at misdirection. Okay.
and then they fall for it the third time when they let the cop with the it looked like a Slipknot mask because he's walking in the house and you see the straps and you see the big chunk of like fake human skin, and I'm just like, how stupid are you people? I mean, and obviously we all know how stupid they are because they were in this movie and everything else they'd done up to this point.
Everything
it's just like
is awesome.
I am kind of like there's some things I will say positive about it. Like I said, this movie wasn't boring. 2, it had the balls to like pull the ending it did. Like the ending where like basically the serial killing Satan won. They just were like, yeah, he's gonna come in and murder the entire family, and
he did.
Yeah.
So many movies could have been saved by pulling the trigger on what could have been. Or not made necessarily saved, but made better.
I mean, if Jeepers Creepers would have killed the monster at the end, that movie would have been significantly better.
The monster being the director, correct?
I mean, yes.
Thank you.
If they would have killed him live in that movie, it would have been significantly better. I don't know, man.
Was it 2009 Nightmare on Elm Street?
2011, I think.
2011 was the reboot year.
Oof.
If they would have made Freddy Krueger innocent in that movie, that would have made that movie so much more interesting and possibly even good.
Yeah.
If they would have made him innocent.
That's the thing, man. You do something interesting with a movie like this. It leaves. That's why I love. It's not a great movie, but Zombies Halloween 2. I love it because it's
funny because I go ahead and finish your point. And then
as I say, artistically, the movie is wild, and 2, it's crazier than anything else that man has ever done. And those two things, and like just trying to do something a little different with Michael Myers when every other movie is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It just artistically, the movie, it's got his same garbage redneck like dialogue.
And you're gonna have to anytime you watch a zombie movie, you're gonna get that. So you just have to accept that.
But it's like that's why I like that. I mean, I think Lords of Salem is his best movie in my opinion, but like I
don't disagree with you.
It also avoids a lot of that stuff. But like when you do something interesting, you could also save a movie and it could do something like really like cool. Like again, I've told the story on here, but like I saw some roommates in college and they were like hating the movie, and then the ending happens and then they were like, oh my God, this movie's amazing. And it's that thing where like you can change a movie with the ending, or you can ruin a movie with an ending. And I think that like this movie had balls to go in it because everything else is like you're like, oh, there's no way this guy's gonna get away with this. And yep, he got away with it, and it presumably killed the family at the very end of it. And you're like, I mean, that kid deserved it, and the 97-year-old college student probably deserved it too, because whatever. But like, dude,
it deserved it.
Yeah, he did. He's a
fucking moron. Some shit.
The dumbest character I've ever seen in a horror movie, and I've seen a lot of really dumb characters in horror movies. And this kid was just like, "Hey, serial killer, I want like," and everyone's like, "Oh, he's just a kid," and while the guy's murdering everyone, and it's like, "You motherfuckers." And I said, I think earlier I said Hell something, but it was Hellfest. Was it that? Remember that movie? Have you guys seen Hellfest?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I really like that.
Yeah, we did it on the show.
Kind of an underrated little slasher there, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Did we do that on the show?
Yeah, we did.
Dude, we've done like we're closing in on 250 movies. It's
of course.
Start forgetting the shit we've done on this this podcast. But like this movie's really easy to get.
What is this? What episode are we on? 230?
Something like that. I don't know. When you started taking over the videos again, I forgot numbers. So probably around there.
Never know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like this movie is like it. Yeah. They tried to do something interesting, and I think like a lot of these smaller horror movies and smaller films in general, the script was not good. I think there are some interesting ideas in here. I just think that that stilted dialogue that really plagues this movie and a lot of these smaller like budget movies, I think, is a big thing. And you're not dealing with real actors. You're not dealing with actors who can like.
How do you know? She was in freaking Pulp Fiction, man. That mom was in Pulp Fiction.
The mom was the
this.
best actor in the whole movie, and it wasn't even close.
But what about the good acting of the boyfriend? He was a great actor.
He's a great actor, Rod.
You're gonna win an Academy Award.
They were nominated.
Here comes the slaps.
Ken's gonna start throwing hands.
Little Ken slaps.
I was looking for the I had it pulled up and then I lost it somewhere, but the awards. Oh, there it is. It won 3. It had 3 nominations for Fangoria Chainsaw Awards: 2006 Best Limited Release Direct-to-Video Film, 2006 nominee for Best Supporting Actress being Amanda Plummer. Plumer? How do we say it? Plummer?
Oh no,
Amanda Plummer.
Yeah. Plummer, thank you. And 2006 nominee for Best Screenplay.
Okay, you can take those other 2. Even the first one, I'm like, I will never accept this screenplay wasn't complete horseshit on a page. Holy,
it was
shit,
a
man.
nominee.
Yeah,
it didn't win. It was a nominee.
But you got to take into consideration that what it was going up against. And
it was Fangoria.
It's Fangoria. Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I always look forward to the Chainsaw Awards every year, but
okay, Ken, what did you find trivia?
That wins those
did
things.
You have trivia you said about this, or was it just bad?
No, it was mainly like the only stuff that I really found were, oh, look at all these different references, or oh, here are things in the movie that were wrong or different, like when the boyfriend is laid out underneath the boo stuff and his head is in different directions, or when they're putting stuff at the shopping cart at the store and like he puts things in the cart and then the kid didn't talk and then he puts different things in the cart and the stuff that was there before is gone, and like those little things, because I noticed those, and then those
continuity errors.
But yeah.
This is there was a 17-year gap between films for this director. So he was definitely rusty. So in 17 years, he definitely.
Dude, you want to know the worst shot scene in this entire movie was when the mom in her like plastic on her face is on the floor, and like so the director's just like pointing up the people's faces randomly, and you don't know why, and it's just like shaky cam the whole time, and I'm like, this is. Of a movie of mediocre shots, I was like, this is the only shot I was like, this is terrible. Why is it like there were more fucking terrible shots in that movie, the Trick or Treat that we watched last week than this, but that shot specifically, I'm like, what the fuck was this?
This was shot by somebody named Dejan Gorvich.
This is another movie.
I am convinced it was shot by a guy who was just there. It just happened to be an extra, like he was a grip or something. Or
this is another movie. What is the quality? Was it the camera?
Shit.
Was it the camera or what? What was it that made this movie look like it should have premiered on the Disney Channel? Like, was it the camera?
Yeah, it's the camera. It's like a camcorder.
Yeah, I'm like, but yeah,
they're using like DV tapes or something. Like it had that quality to it for sure.
I wish that there was more notes in regards to the production of the movie.
Yeah,
because like I said, there's a fucking charm to this movie. I am gonna say there is a charm to this movie for sure, and I want to know more about the production and everything.
I want to know why.
I also want to know why JoeBlow.com gave it 8 out of 10, because that's a pretty good score.
Because they gave him the right amount of cocaine to give that review. Dude,
oh Jesus, that's funny.
Ken, it was a fun run.
Love it.
It was a fun pick. I
love it.
You can hate it. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I just thought it was funny how aggressive you were about how much you hated it.
Hey, he said he did the same thing when we went on his Nosferatu rant when.
Josh was the only one who hated Nosferatu.
No, I'm not talking about that Nosferatu. I'm talking about the other Nosferatu, the one that you lost your fucking mind at.
I hated it.
I will say I don't understand why that movie has like the critical acclaim that it does.
I hate that movie.
Because it came out so long ago before movies were movies.
But yeah, it was like because I think it came out the year of Brian. I think it was a 77.
Dude, that movie came out the year after Halloween, in the same year as Alien. Don't like it. Was
it 79 then? So 79 is when that Nosferatu
or
movie
77.
So before
it was like
movies were movies.
So it was before Alien and before Halloween.
It was in that time range, though.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but that movie, dude. I didn't think about it more.
I was the best thing to come out of 77, though.
Of course, we all agree on that. I still think like the movie that made me the angriest was Skinamarink, but like it is.
I can understand that.
Oh, that movie. Okay.
I'm sorry. Josh is not affiliated with the podcast at this particular moment. Fuck that movie. Fuck the pretentiousness that fell behind that movie. And that's all I'll say.
Yep.
I won't say anything else.
I will rant and rave about movies until they're boring. And when they're boring,
like comment on my posts and stuff. So
sorry, you did great. You did great, sports. I will say the one thing that I will say good about Skinamarink is they took what they wanted to do. They knew what they wanted to do. They made it and they were successful. Yeah. They knew how to market. They knew how to find their niche that they wanted to hit.
I don't know what they did. I don't think they did much. It was just so polarizing that it just worked out.
They put together a really unsettling ad campaign.
Yeah.
Like that. Because like
mainly on TikTok.
It certainly had and I love that. I love that we were talking about Skinamarink now because I wasn't on that episode. What they did right, the only thing that movie did effectively, and it only did it marginally, was it made you feel uneasy, and that's it.
It made me feel ADHD.
Yeah, it never went anywhere, but I think, dude, I think I get what what they were trying to do. I think I understand the movie.
They were just describing what it's like to live in Edmonton.
Man.
What? They're from Edmonton.
Yeah.
And I'm from Calgary, so it was just I had to.
Okay. What do you guys want to watch next week? What are we watching next week?
I think we should talk about Hard Eyes.
We could do Hard Eyes.
We haven't done Hard Eyes yet.
Let's do a good romantic. Let's do a good romantic comedy that has slasher elements to it.
I saw it in the theaters.
We get the good gooding. Yeah, the good gooding.
Ken, have you watched it yet?
Shit.
No, not yet. I almost watched it yesterday.
Oh, you're gonna Ken is gonna come back.
On, stop talking.
And love it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm saying. You motherfucker.
And then at the end.
If you guys are watching the video of whatever Josh is doing right now, then you're missing out. he's like crabcore dancing, but like from like 2007. I still think it's crazy that like Attack turned into like 3 separate bands and 2 of them are still really good. So
yeah, Bill Murray.
What bands did Attack turn into?
Bill Murray,
Beartooth, and Bill Murray.
I like Beartooth. Great. Well, some Beartooth. Yeah, I like Beartooth. I was thinking of the Grizzlies.
Yep.
I like Beartooth.
Dude, yeah. Bill Murray's country album is fucking amazing. Like
they're I don't even country. Like country. It's country core.
I don't know. So okay,
country
cool.
with breakdowns. Come on. Great.
We'll do Hard Eyes next week. Okay.
Did you guys buy the new or listen to the new Spirit Box yet?
I haven't listened to the whole album. I've liked what I've listened to. Like that Black Rainbow song is fucking dope.
Yeah, shit. I picked it up. I picked up the whole album. It's good. It's not as good as their first album, but it's good.
It's a little matchy. They're kind of doing the same thing. But
Sleep Token put out more baby making metal, so there's that too.
Yeah, the new single is just kind
New Architects is
to me
amazing. By the way,
oh dude, they've had some cool videos in that.
Yeah,
like
I like that they're going back to like my roots. There's like a hardcore track. There's some more like punk core, and then I don't know. I think what they're doing is great.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, you guys can follow me on Twitch and Blue Sky and stuff at Rod_Johnson. So come do that if you would like.
Blue Sky?
And we still don't have a Blue Sky. Fail me. My book, The Death and Rebirth of Human Heart. You can buy that on Amazon. So go do that. Brian.
Thank you.
That's above you.
You can find me here. You can find me on the We're Gonna Make You Watch podcast. And coming soon, the Awesomely Bad podcast. No updates because we had some technical issues happen to our Riverside account. So we're switching from Riverside to Podcastle instead. And so our new episode for We're Gonna Make You Watch is actually going to be delayed by probably a week, maybe even 2. But
what was it going to be?
It's going to be Candyman. We're making Warren watch.
Oh, you said you were going to make him watch Candyman.
Yeah, but we had some technical
like I told
issues.
you, before you do that, go look up the story that inspired Candyman because that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Josh, what about you?
I'm wearing a hat. I'm so
I want
good
Josh to get murdered just like I want that little kid to get murdered.
It's called a callback. It's what comedians do.
Yeah.
This is like 3 episodes in a row now. I'm just so good.
Josh is wearing that stemmed from when we couldn't see you and you were wearing a hat. So joshwrb.com. And do all that. Find Josh if you need design stuff. Ken, your stuff.
Continue.com, twitch.tv/continue, KINTINUE, live every day except for Saturday, unless my weeks are fucked, which they are right now. I don't know what we're going to be playing. I should be finished with some Nautica tomorrow.
Cult of the Lamb.
I've already done Cult of the Lamb.
Do it again.
Good.
I just discovered it. I'm late to the party.
It's very good.
Oh, actually, an indie movie that I just helped out do a poster for has an Indiegogo campaign. It's called Black Sheep. Go check it out. The trailer actually looks fucking dope, and I did the teaser poster for it. So if you need indie movies posters, joshwrb.com. That's
right.
my plug. For someone else's horror movie. I'm glad that I'm helping this fucking genre with anything. It's
wasn't
fucking,
Black Sheep?
It was a
Black
Chris
Sheep
Farley
also
movie.
that New Zealand movie about the zombie sheeps?
It's a different one now. It's 2025.
Yeah. There was a New Zealand one, I think, about people turning into zombie sheeps. That was very much like Zombievers, but like which by the way, we should do on the podcast at some point, but whatever.
I want to do Velocipaster.
Dude, that's been on my list of things I want to laugh at. But okay, fuckers.
Okay, but if we do Velocipaster, everybody in here gets to come in and yell at Rod about how shitty it is. I'm just kidding.
100%.
I'm joking. My feelings are not hurt. I just felt like saying that.
That was Brian.
Everyone take a dump on Rod every time. That's
she
it.
Said because
directly on his
what
chest.
the fuck's your problem, man? Like, Jesus, Rod. He can't handle it.
We should all just yell at Rod anyway.
Rod, what the fuck, man?
Fuck you guys, and we'll catch you next week for Hard Eyes. Bye.
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 Fuckers.
Bye.
Oh,
It's in the game.
I have to go get some hair. You guys are wonderful.